Today's quote is entitled, "I married a religious fanatic." What do I do if my spouse is very strict and I am not? Or what if I am strict and they are not? How to adjust. How do we adjust to these differences? That's a very good question, and it is not always easy. But a good husband or good wife will be accepting of their spouse's position, whether it's that they're becoming a little fanatical or a little loose. They'll respect it. They'll adapt to it. They'll try to facilitate it. If it's too loose or too fanatical, obviously they'll want to talk about it and say, I feel like you're becoming too closed or too narrow or too black and white or too critical of devotees who don't go to Mangalartik, etc. And I don't feel it's healthy and I don't want to be around it, and I understand why you feel this way, but can we talk about it? Or I feel you've become a little slack, a little loose. I'm not sure you're chanting your rounds anymore. I don't see you reading Prabhupada's books. It seems like you're more interested in buying things than doing seva and so on. So naturally, you want to talk about it if it's a problem. Yet, at the same time, there has to be this ability to be accepting of another person and their nature. Now, if you married someone who was very, very fanatical, and you might say, well, it's my fault I married someone fanatical. That's what I thought I wanted, but I realized later I'm not fanatical. So it's not his fault that he's like that. He didn't do anything wrong. That's what you were attracted to initially. So now you have to adjust to it. You'll have to make peace with it. You'll have to still appreciate him, even though you're not that strict. And he, ideally, will have to adapt to you. And so there's some give and take there. Right? So adaptation. You want to do this, he wants to do that, you adapt to it. Now, some people will think, yeah, but I want to be up early in the morning chanting with my husband, chanting with my wife, but they don't get up early. Or I'd like to read Bhagavatam with them, and they don't like reading. Every time I read, they say, I'm busy, I have something else to do, and they fall asleep. So that's something you have to accept. And it's not mandatory that husband and wife chant together, read together. It may just be, it's not going to happen that way. And if you could make it okay, then it becomes okay. If you can't make it okay, then it becomes not okay. That's the problem. Sometimes something is okay, we just think it's not okay, so we make it not okay, and then we're disturbed. And we fight about it. We argue over it all the time. Why can't you get up? What's wrong with you? The relationship is what's most important. You want to create stability in the relationship. You don't want to fight about things. So if they can't get up or they can't do this or that, just make that okay, at least for now. And just work on the relationship, not working on what's wrong with one another, trying to fix one another. That may not work. Actually, it doesn't work. May not work. It won't work. So these are things we have to learn how to do. It may be over spiritual values. It may be over other values. There has to be some give and take and some discussion, communication from both sides. Obviously, if one side doesn't want to give in, you're the one who has to make the adjustment. But don't make something bad or wrong when it doesn't have to be. When you can just accept, rather than bad or wrong, it's just this is how it is, and so we have to learn how to deal with it. Hare Krishna. If you like this video, you can subscribe below. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you share this video with others, if you comment on it, if you like it, do whatever. You have to click to share it, because I think a lot of devotees would appreciate getting these videos. I try to take our philosophy and put it in a practical way so we know how to apply it in daily activity. And this is one of the services I do. And I want to reach as many devotees as possible. If you can help me, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you.